fun, and they get to see what other teams are doing and incorporate those ideas into the draft. They're not necessarily going to outdraft you every game, but they clearly become more comfortable the more settled a meta is.
Be interesting to see how they cope with the new patch. But before we get there, we've still got 3 series to get out of the way here at the Major, the first one of the season. We're into our 3rd draft. Reminder for you if you're just joining us: NewBee 1, Virtus Pro 1. Winner of this goes to the grand final and a crack at $500,000, and potentially, more importantly, for them, 750 Dota professional circuit points. When you say it like that, though, it doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But it's 750 per person.
Yeah, when you think about it, that the leading team right now, Mineski, all they've done is get to the grand final of one event and win the other, and I think they've got 720, and the team that wins here moves ahead of them automatically. That's a pretty big total.
Isn't it like 90 for getting 4th in the other minor?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it's a lot, man. Majors matter.
They really do.
Wow, this is a combination. Virtus Pro really likes the disruptor pick here, but again, it's the proverbial hero that it plays so well from ahead and so poorly from behind. It does have a little bit of high ground defense element to it. That's very good. The zoning potential of the ult at the top of the ramp and the potential of the glimpse to catch somebody on the disengage. But yeah, VP very much about get ahead, stay ahead.
Yep, this also comes back to Will's point about take the 2 supports early. Solo and Lil will play those, you would imagine.
I thought that was going to be important for both teams coming into the series.
NewBee do tend to go for a core in the first 2. One of the few teams that have made it work as well. We've seen an awful lot of teams, I feel like, over the last 2 weekends that have added cores in the first 2 picks and have suffered as a result.
I would like them to pick something like the Air Spirit right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I mean,
lock down that Kaka hero.
I'm okay with Shaker too.
I like Shaker on paper, but I'm just so struggling with my confidence.
It seems to be a bit off for some reason.
He had a really, and he's a great player, but he had a really brutal game. There's the Faith hero, the Bane. Both teams had success with that hero in this series.
Been picked all 3. As has the Prophet as well.
I'm not sure how that matches up, like tempo-wise, against these 2 heroes. It's pretty good though. I'm starting to think that Sleep is just like an unbelievable ability.
Oh, it's great, but the thing to me about the Bane is that it gives you a lot of insurance against this lane bullying style that Virtus Pro like to play. I mean, you saw it. It clearly caught them a little bit off guard in the last game that the no-one Queen of Pain, which, the no-one Dragonite against the Queen of Pain, which you think about the Dragonite, okay, he's tanky, he's going to stand there. But NewBee committed 3 heroes to that lane for basically the entire early game, and all of a sudden this Dragonite who feels tanky is like, whoa. I mean, the Wisp doesn't really want to leave the Sven alone and come over that early.
I think Virtus Pro, though, probably one of the better disruptor teams.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time, it was like their flavor hero.
Pretty comfortable in that CIS region as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to bring up that there's another player, Sioma, that plays an outstanding disruptor that's been with Vega. It's just, it fits the style that these teams like so well.
I wonder if Virtus Pro banned the co-op this time. Like if they thought that was a problem. Everyone else has been banning it so far against NewBee, but they have really good ways to deal with it.
My rule against drafting against NewBee would be that if you don't see a Kaka hero in the first phase, that he's your second phase bans. I would ban the Sand King and the Earth Spirit as VP here.
10 seconds remaining.
Just because, again, like the SCCC Queen of Pain, it's so good. But 20 different heroes in 27 games at TI. This guy's hero pool is so wide, I don't like banning against
That guy's going to be holding that sign for a long time.
What does it say?
Techies, please.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be there a while. I'm going to pop back in about a year, and maybe his arms will have fallen off or something.
No offense, sir. I'm sure you're a wonderful person, but I hope that you're continuing to hold that sign after 7.07 is released and well beyond.
Yeah, who knows?
There's the Sand King and the Earth Spirit bans. Absolutely, I think the right call by VP.
Good targeting.
So what do you default here?
As newbie? Well, the next hero in Kaka's pool is the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, Nyx is okay.
Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
Trying to think what else would play a decent role. I'd be okay with Wyvern. I'd be okay with
Yeah.
Nyx.
Wyvern's my next one after that. on
I'd
the
be
list.
really. I would have said Clockwork, but I think that hero is kind of weird to play against Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and again, the Clockwork stats to me are so odd that Jabs has been lighting the world on fire with that hero
remaining.
so far in Dota Pro Circuit play, but everybody else has just been abysmal. 2-11 for everybody not named Jabs.
Isn't he 6-0?
Yeah. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's just a different player this season.
I'm not sure he's human.
So for newbie, we have their likely offlaner support. Virtus Pro take Necro.
Yeah, at Necro, you want to talk about heroes that have been struggling a little bit. Necro, another one of them. You go again, Dota Pro Circuit land play so far this season. I believe that Necro is 4-15.
10 seconds.
Popular in the
People
meta,
are
not popular
crushing
in
him.
winning.
So newbie,
5 seconds.
I think you need a BKB
remaining.
core. You could take Pugna, but Disruptor and SB deal with them okay. Bloodseeker's alright too.
Yeah, I was
I'm always a
thinking
fan of
Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker.
I don't know. I don't know that you have to commit to Mugi's hero. I take Kaka's hero.
You know what
Make your
else?
call.
It's a pretty sick Ember game.
It is a sick Ember game.
SCC's Ember.
I don't know. I mean, VP do have two heroes left to potentially counter it as far as the laning phase matchup goes. Necro doesn't have to be mid.
Yeah,
They don't usually pick it 3 either.
they can show one more hero on the side of newbie, and they can see the second core of Virtus Pro and get a better
Pro's turn
sense.
to pick.
So they do end up taking Shaker.
Okay. All right. This is to me. This tells me that you know they're putting a vote of confidence behind their star 4 position player. They're saying, look, we know you had your struggles on this hero the other night, but we believe in you.
10 seconds remaining.
This is the hero we suggested early
5
on.
seconds
but-
remaining.
You sounded skeptical, Nahaz. You said Kaka's or Shaker.
Yeah, only because of the way that Kaka's had a couple of rough games. I think.
Yeah, he missed 3 straight fishers in the early game that were all really costly, and he cast 4 Echo Slams in the first 32 minutes of that game and hit a total of 2 heroes. So this is a serious comeback game for Kaka, and I think that Earthshaker really needs to be highlighted in your mind as you're watching this game.
For VP, let's see. Give me a second, VP.
NewBee's turn
Oh,
to
they
pick.
actually
Oh
end up
yeah,
picking the
there we
Seeker.
go. Okay. And well,
Still down for Ember.
I like the
Yep.
Bloodseeker as kind of a block pick as well, because it would have fit decently well into newbie's lineup for Mugi.
10
Obviously,
seconds
you know, if
remaining.
you're probably not worried about the Timbersaw again, but it does kind of that hero. It puts pressure
5
if
seconds
newbie want to
remaining.
go the Queen of Pain, which you've left in the pool, puts pressure on that hero as well. I think pre-counters are a really important aspect of drafting right now.
So if you're a newbie, what do you take? Something like CK or some?
It's tricky.
Virtus
Again, the
Pro's
Bloodseeker
turn to
applies.
pick.
Okay, the Bloodseeker applies a lot of pressure to the hero pool of Mugi, but this is really a great response because it says, okay, fine, Bloodseeker is going to cause problems for melee heroes in general, but we're going to pick a melee hero that isn't really a melee hero anyway.
10
And I mean,
seconds
you can run
remaining.
around with Rupture on you and just hit 3 guys with Boundless Strike and be right back at full
5
HP.
seconds
So
remaining.
OS Frog.
NewBee's turn
So
to
VP
ban.
banned the Ember, which is what I thought would be
Yeah.
the 4th pick. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
getting through to 5, and it's a really sick Ember game. It's really nice against Spirit Breaker because you can always change him as he comes in. You can dodge the glimpse from the Disruptor, and Necro and Bloodseeker
10
don't have these
seconds
built
remaining.
hard lock stuns. So it's a really weird hero in
5
terms of its
seconds
mobility.
remaining.
Like it's the best mobility hero because it doesn't require you to take damage from Rupture.
Why would they
NewBee's turn to
prioritize the Monkey King then.
I just think it's one of the few heroes that Bloodseeker says, "Oh crap, I don't want to lane
Right.
against
Yeah.
X."
So they had to ban the Bat Rider here. I think it's just too good against Monkey King and Earthshaker. Plus, it's really annoying for Nature's Prophet to have a really good
10
game.
seconds
But it puts
remaining.
them in a weird position because in all honesty, I don't know what heroes are left that they
5
can take. They
seconds
can grab like
remaining.
Pugna or something on the side of NewBee.
For
but
newbie DP,
DP's okay too.
I think this is an
What is-
SCCC DP game.
Yeah, what does KP play?
KP plays the
Prophet.
Prophet.
Or
Yeah.
Prophet,
Oh, the
yeah.
Mirage. Man, I have like
Okay.
consistently forgotten about the 5th pick Pottoms throughout the tournament, which is so
Most
stupid.
often.
I feel like Virtus Pro's heroes though are really nice against that Mirana. I want to hear what Ben has to say, but I think it's pretty good.
Oh, I should have said.
Select
Okay,
your hero.
this is it's not like an auto win
Wow.
brood game, but it's awfully good.
Well, didn't quite see that one coming. We've gotten used to it. It's been a feature of this particular tournament and the last two. The Brood is the 5th pick and the final 20th for Virtus Pro in this game. Will, which way is this going?
I think Virtus Pro has a better lineup. I think that they have really good core matchups and their heroes are really good against that Mirana. I'm gonna go with Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I think VP all the way. The one sort of, again, I think it really all comes down to Kaka on his Earthshaker. Like if he hits a sick echo around all the spiderlings and all the units that we're gonna have running around, I think NewBee can take this. But I
10
don't think they have a
seconds
great
remaining.
solution to the Brood, and I really trust VP's mental
5
fortitude
seconds
and
remaining.
execution coming into this game 3. I think they're going to be your team advancing to the finals.
Okay, thanks, gents. We'll get more from the Haz and Blitz at the end of this game because one way or another, this series is about to come to an end. Who's claiming the first position in the grand final? Virtus Pro versus NewBee, game 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Virtus Pro versus NewBee, Game 3. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Ben Malini Wu, and we are ready to kick things off. Ben, it's another one of those games. The 5th pick Brood comes through. The panel says, they said there's certainly ways that they can look to play against the Brood. How strong is the Brood here in your mind, Ben?
I would say that this pick by Virtus Pro is not as good as the one yesterday, but it's still pretty damn good here. I don't really think you're scared of any of the lanes. And you don't have a good catch. Best catch, like Bat Rider's great, Spirit Breaker. These two heroes are kind of heroes that you want to catch you on a Brood Mother. But I think Virtus Pro should be very, very happy with the way that this draft turned out.
Yeah, I'm happy to see some of these heroes. The Solo Disruptor, something in the past that there was a period where Solo played this hero so much in competitive games, and he was very, very good at it. So it's always nice to see Solo come back in with the Disruptor play, and it is a great game for Disruptor. Lots of heroes that you want to be trying to catch out, the Monkey King, the Mirana, Nature's Prophet, all with these ways of getting away from you. But Solo, you can definitely catch on him to have the catch, especially with the vision from Lil Spirit Breaker and that charge. It's going to be a very, very challenging game in that respect for NewBee to play. But the game begins, and we'll be able to see how well they can do in this one. One game away for both teams of making it to that grand finals here at ESL Hamburg. The first major, lots of points on the line. This game's going to get crazy, Ben.
This game is going to be nuts, and I think that Mugi is going to have to play extremely well this game. I wasn't a huge fan of a Simbersol last game. It was a great pick.
You didn't like the... I love the build. See, I like it when they do something different. That makes people go, what is going on?
Not in a good way, Owen.
I'm going to do that build when I get home, Ben. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love me.
Like Ice Timber puts that to shame, I would say. But anyways, this game, I actually looked at the pregame before they went into the game, and there were actually some different heroes. I believe I saw Mugi actually on the Mirana and SCC on the Monkey King, and then they ended up swapping. So maybe kind of feeling out where Virtus Pro were actually doing their heroes, and Virtus Pro are actually doing Ramses on the Brood, Pasha on the Necrophos, and then they put no one on the Bloodseeker. So these three heroes are interesting in that you can actually, I think, put them in like all of these heroes are okay mid, and
Oh,
all
definitely.
of these heroes can actually go to side lane too. So what matchups do Virtus Pro actually want in this game?
Nice down for Ramses there. Will straight up get the D ward.
The battle
That upper area of the river that NewBee just placed. And yeah, it's all about what lane matchups we do end up getting.
Yeah. You definitely do not want
What do
the
you want to avoid?
Bloodseeker versus Monkey King. That's the only one that you don't want. And
They're going to get it. That is
Yeah.
going to be what's happening on the bottom lane. So if you're VP, you think they may see this and they will try and move the Bloodseeker, or do you try and stick with this lane and just offer him extra backup?
they'll probably try and move him, I would say. But I mean, no one got sacked last game. They seemed okay with it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did leave him alone. So yeah, Ramses will be going mid too, so switching things up all around.
Yeah, Kaka taking the Shaker to the mid lane for now. And this is, yeah, some very interesting lanes coming out from both sides. They
Yeah, what
both
is
seem
happening?
content with keeping to these lanes at the moment. And yeah, KP and this is a... What's going on? It's sort of strange seeing KP playing in this capacity up top. He is going to get charged upon.
So what is? Well, yeah, I don't know who's farming up top. Is the thing for me.
I mean, it's got to be SCC. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
SCCC.
KP has boots first, and I guess he's playing like a more supportish Nature's Prophet.
guess,
and
yeah.
Kaka is playing.
He's mid
core.
Shaker. He's gone up in the one. This is, yeah, interesting switch arounds in roles from NewBee.
You have been rewarded, Kaka.
Let's see how he
You've been
does.
upgraded to core.
I mean, he played very well last game, so
He's been playing very well this tournament.
yeah,
This has
for
been
sure.
one of his better tournaments.
yeah, he's had a lot of chances to play those signature heroes that he really excels on.
But good enough to be upgraded to core. Actually, is it an upgrade?
Support players would say otherwise, Ben.
What do you think, though?
I don't know. I think the support is definitely. It's hard to say, isn't it? But everyone's equal. We're in an equal world.
You're a support hater.
Supports and carries are on the same level. But Kaka as well at the mid lane. He's doing pretty well. Look at the CS at the moment. He's 10-1 against this. I would have assumed that this Shaker would have had a nasty time. Or the early levels was all right for Kaka. Or is he?
Apparently, I haven't seen this
I mean,
matchup before.
Yeah, he's playing it really smart. NewBee.
That's pretty curious too, because you want the Earthshaker to have a really good game, because he's the only hero that can really catch out the Brood very, very easily. You want him to have like Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, like all these mobility items coming out from him.
I love this. Yeah, I really like this decision to put Kaka in that core capacity.
And NewBee were, I would say, a little bit criticized for their lack of innovation during TI, and this series with a Timbersaw last pick played by Moogie, Kaka playing a core Shaker, like these are really cool switch ups that they're doing.
And he's doing an absolute amazing job of getting that farm in the middle lane. Bottom lane, NewBee making a bit of a go onto Solo. Lil will be with there the charge onto Faith. Blood raised up as well. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from this one. Look for the brain tap, not going to get it out. First blood goes the way of no one. Now they'll turn to Wizmugi as well. Has the Jingu stacks up, but it's not enough to deal with three heroes beating down into him. Verify will not save this man as VP pick up both kills from the bottom lane.
Where are you, Nature's Prophet? They have NP on their team. I think they went into that fight going like, okay, yeah, he could have
It's a
TP.
support Nature's Prophet, Ben. You've got, you know, he's level 2, bless
But
him.
you said all of them were equal.
Well, I mean, KP, it's being played in a different way, this Nature's Prophet, that's for sure.
I mean, he still has boost. That extra body helps a lot. Also, Moogie did not get the 3-man boundless strike. I think he probably could have positioned himself so that he actually hit.
We'll get the full heal.
Well, he was already full HP.
Oh,
It wouldn't have mattered. He would have been able to maybe kill one of the supports too, but with the angling of it. Or he could use it to heal up instead of using it at full HP. Either way, there's I think a lot of things that NewBee could have done differently in that fight. It wasn't a lost cause.
Say what you want about like the way the KP's playing this Nature's Prophet in a support place, but it's working. Look at how much farm that CC's getting. He is absolutely zoning out Pasha. Pasha's only 5 for 1. SCCC 23 and 12.
I'm actually a big fan of support Nature's Prophet. Not necessarily the jungle one, but the support one. Well, one thing that's nice about Nature's Prophet is he can jungle and he can get farm. We see that a lot of problems with like position 4s or 5s. It's like you can't farm the jungle that easily. So if there's a lull in the game, you're not going to be able to get that much farm. But Nature's Prophet is one of the best supports at finding farm on the map, no matter the state of the game.
And I'm loving the way that Kaka's playing that mid lane. He's 30 CS on this Shaker, 4 minutes in. That's got to be some of the highest CS we've seen in a while on a Shaker. And he's playing it perfectly. Once he hits 6, you got to be so careful if your Ramses in you. You make one misstep with the spiders, and Kaka's just going to be able to combo you down.
Yeah, he can also do the switch too, right? He can send his broodlings into the jungle, or just jungle completely, and then just have his hero in the lane. So, like, I don't think he's gonna fall into the same trap.
Yeah, he shouldn't slip up in that sense. Bottom lane. VP looking to make another go. This time KP will turn up for the fight. SCCC as well. He's not going to find the connection with the arrow. Looks towards Solo, but the kinetic field holds back the Mirana. They'll look to continue to chase this, but Solo a little too speedy. Gets himself away. Mid lane, Kaka will be charged. He's heading back up towards the shrine. Ramses and the Spirit Breaker will look to go on him with the shrine heal. That will put them off from going for any fight. I say that Lil's continuing with this one. They know that the shrine's now already been used. They can try for this. Kaka's got the Echo Slam though. He's just going to blow it.
What? Did they not think he was 6 or something?
I mean, you said they weren't going to walk into him with Spider Spam, but that's what they just did.
These are professional players, Owen.
Professional?
What happened? What?
Like, that shouldn't happen, should it? They knew he was 6. They knew he was full health. They knew he was full mana. He was always going to get that combo off. There's no way that they get all the bashes under the sun to make sure he doesn't get a single spell off.
Maybe they thought he would.
Let's throw everything in. Bam. Even the extra spiders on this side get caught out into it. I mean, Ramses is very lucky to get away with his life.
Very hard pressed to think that they thought that was going to work out, because he charged through the tower. So maybe it works out if he doesn't get the echo or get the enchant on the charge. But he was charging. He literally was on top of the tower like 2 seconds before that. So yeah, that was that's some gold. Now Kaka is going to be scary.
He's top at 57 CS. This is, I mean, we've seen a few mid-shakers in our time recently, but Kaka, this has got to be one of the best performances on a mid-shake in terms of just finding the farm in the lane. Top lane, VP looking to make a go, though, charging onto Mugi. Now, Faith needs to keep Lil off Mugi somehow. It looks like the speed's just enough. Mugi's able to get himself out of there. KP and Faith trying to turn onto Lil. Lil still with the DD rune. Maybe you have to respect that, and they will back away. As CCC TP's back up to the top lane, and Lil will charge himself out of there, not wanting to stick around.
Radiant's middle tower is under
No one's getting some alone time, especially with his buffed damage from Mugi getting so low. So Mugi's struggling a little bit. His expense, though. Kaka's super happy about this.
Oh, it really is.
He's so big.
He's loving life. Top lane, charge onto KP. The support Nature's Prophet in potential trouble. The arrow will be duked out. There's backup for KP. Faith and SCCC moving in onto Lil and Pasha. The Shroud will be popped.
Arrow. Pasha had to back off. It was like at the perfect angle where he couldn't actually sidestep it to the right and continue going. That's a big stack. Echo anyone? Can't echo that.
Nah, he wants to save it for the Ramses Broodmother kills.
Yep, now he's off to the jungle. Ramses actually can't. He's not staying in lane as much.
As soon as that Echo comes back online, I think, you know, as you said, is only if he sort of sends the spiders elsewhere. He can't afford to sit mid with those spiders by his side. As Kaka will see an opportunity and he will take it. Echo slams back up in 5 seconds.
Is that the answer? Mid-shaker? Versus this pesky...
I mean, maybe towards the end of this patch, we are seeing teams come up with these new and innovative ways to play, and we always knew that Shaker was good against the Brood in other capacity, but in the straight 1v1 matchup, that's not something that we see every time. But Kaka is showing us it absolutely works.
Mugi also went for 2 points in Tree Dance. That is very unusual. Usually you'll see like a 2-0-2 and then maybe 1 point in Tree Dance if you need the mobility or the scouting, but 2 points in Tree Dance is a little bit unusual. I like the max boundless strike so you can like crit all those Spiderlings, get some gold, but I guess Kaka's on extermination duty.
I guess having the stronger slows sort of nice against the Ghost Shroud or the Necro maybe. You know, in terms of controlling him, giving you a chance to kill him post Ghost Shroud.
That's what we call a reach.
Maybe that's the plan, you never know. He's going to get charged upon. See if they want to dive this Lil. He certainly does want to go in for that initial touch, but Pasha not quite close enough to chase him. But Mugi does have to be careful now with the Reaper's Scythe online. Definite kill potential for VP on that top lane. Mid lane though, that's going to be where SCCC and Faith are interested in getting involved. If they find a Nightmare, they should certainly find a kill. They don't even need it with the Sprout set up into the arrow. Fisher's there from Kaka across the line and cuts down Solo.
Did he just TP in with like 20% HP? It kind of looked like it.
Okay, KP?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he was in that fight.
Well, he sprouted up the solo.
Okay.
And he has a trance. It's worth his life.
Alright, I did take that trade for the tower, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Kaka might have gotten that. Not close enough to blink, is he? Almost. If he had gotten that tower, he'd been super close.
Yeah, it's going to be, what, 10, 11 minutes. Treads, Blink, Shaker.
I
Good
will-
levels as well. Level 10 on Kaka.
From Virtus Pro's point of view, though,
Yeah.
you know that they're actually really worried about this guy. Like, giving a Shaker this much early farm is actually a huge issue because his Blink Dagger is going to be the key to them picking off the Broodmother and really limiting Ramsey's effectiveness throughout this game. I don't really think they anticipated this going into the draft and going into the game, too. The
Definitely
game plan,
not.
like, it's actually been working out spectacularly for it.
Like maybe in some games that we've missed, but when was the last time we saw Kaka in any sort of capacity just take the mid lane and KP go to this very sort of active roaming support Nature's Prophet role? It's something very different from NewBee, and
That's one of the best audibles I've seen.
see.
He doesn't want to die before his Blink Dagger, though.
No, then but
He needs to get out of there.
VP certainly want to kill him before that.
Is he in glimpse range? Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's so close. Oh, they get it. It looked like it was out of it, but apparently not.
Oh no, that's his Blink Dagger.
Oh, shut down. That's going to knock him back a couple of 100 gold. Crucial pick off there for VP, as you say. That is the hero at this stage of the game, that as long as they can slow him down.
That's just so greedy, though, by him. Just incredibly greedy. He's
I mean,
so
it
close to
looks
his
like he's
Blink
out of
Dagger.
range. I mean, I guess the range tool there isn't completely accurate. And maybe some of it was to do with the difference in levels that they were on. Maybe the Struts was on the low ground or such. So
Yeah, he
it
was
looks slightly off.
just waiting for Ramsey to pop out, dust him, get some free kills on Broodlings. But I mean, that happens.
And of course, as well as Kaka did do in that mid lane, it doesn't necessarily slow down Ramses at all. As you mentioned, he's got the utilization of the jungle, he's top of the net worth, 11 minutes Desolator, still very, very good timing for Ramses. On top of that medallion as well. So VP have good potential in terms of even just looking for Roshan, taking these early objectives.
Dire's bottom tower is
The
under
Broodmother
attack.
still very, very strong. As the panel said, this was definitely, regardless of the little windows that NewBee will have to punish the Brood, Ramses is still going to have, in general, a good Brood game.
And the Nature's Prophet, that was maybe a little bit of a question mark earlier. He's keeping up in net worth. There are 7 heroes, around that 3,000 mark or above. Spirit Breaker's kind of close, but he's definitely the support that's above all the other ones. And that's the Blink Dagger. He did take a little bit of time to farm it. Let's see if he smokes up, goes for a Brood kill. And they know that he's close. And it looks like he's going to die again.
Straight in. Static Storm's down. They'll glimpse him into. He's on the edge of the kinetic field, but it still slows him down. Moonlight Shadow's out. Looks like the boys on VP don't have detection. Kaka's going to be fine. They can't dive any further. They have 1 sentry down in the river, but he was just out of range. Kaka keeps himself safe. The blink is now delivered out to him under the cover of moonlight.
That glimpse actually saved them too. It pushed them way close to the tower, so the melee heroes weren't actually able to
Radiant's top tower is
do
under attack.
that much damage to them. So you want to kill one of the cores. Broodmother is going to give you the most amount of gold, but is also the most risky of your ganks. So let's see which one they want to go for.
No one would be a lot easier, but he's aware that they're off the map. He's keeping very close to the tower. Ramses in the neighborhood on the high ground now, moving down towards them. Won't
Ooh,
quite
it didn't
dispel the
pop.
smoke. Yeah.
He was in a perfect position to not pop it. And they're scouting through the Ancients because it's very, very common for Brood to farm Ancients, but they can't find them. Smoke will pop. They're right under Observer Ward. I don't know if they actually saw the blink, though. He hasn't gone down the hill, I believe.
Yeah, I think that, they saw the others. I don't know if they've seen the Shaker.
Yeah, I don't think they know. But it
Kaka.
could be an easy solo kill for him.
And he'll go for it.
Okay.
They'll just drop the Echo. Sees an opportunity, takes it. Doesn't feel like they're going to be able to do anything else with it. It's a long cooldown to commit, but Kaka seems to feel the trade's worth it.
Oh, and immediately they will go for Mugi.
With the fact that there was that smoke and movement mid lane, there's going to be no backup for Mugi. The Reaper scythe kill initially doesn't get it, but overall he's still dead. And I think if you're VP, you're happy with that. And that was a good read as well. I guess they saw the Shaker there. They saw that he had the blink. They knew that if he's coming through, there's going to be backup. They'd also seen the other couple on the ward, and they immediately make a go on Mugi top. Oh, thanks for the spiders.
That's a lot of
CCC.
spiders.
He's getting all of them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see.
Dire's top tower is under
Lil
attack.
just gets Fiend script up immediately. Their Static Storm is not going to be able to save him. They'll drag back Kaka with the glimpse. Ramses with the Deso, doing a lot to Kaka. I think he'd hope that he wished that he had that Echo Slam right now. Rupture onto SCCC as no one's coming as well to join the fight. VP will take 2.
Yeah, that move to go into the jungle. Solo's okay with that, right? If he doesn't use Echo, I think it's a win for NewBee.
Yeah,
but
I
I think trading Echo for Solo's life is not worth it because it's their only big brood kill or method of killing brood right now.
And as we saw there, VP were just very quick to make plays, knowing that Echo Slam wasn't available, and they got them.
Alternatively, they could have Farmugi to deal with them, but I don't really foresee that happening anytime soon. He's going for the Diffusal build. Diffusal is way more common than the common Dezo build versus the Necrophos.
Yeah, in terms of getting the Death Monkey King first up as well, I think I've only really seen what Miracle do that in that game recently. It's certainly fallen off.
It's because you're always versus Necrophos, Owen.
Yep, it's in every game.
But it's not as satisfying going for that Diffusal build.
No, I mean Deso's the fun build. That's the one where you're able to one-shot supports with the Boundless.
You strike me as like a Dezo Rapier builder.
Yeah, it doesn't win many games, man.
Worth.
Got the Force now. Complete for Pasha. I mean, VP are really getting everything together very nicely.
Roshan.
And this is definitely the problem when you run this core Shaker. If you're unable to make a big impact, like say there was a support Shaker blowing the Echo, I think you'd be a lot happier. But the fact that that's your core hero using a large amount of his damage to do that.
It's more so that no one else can really deal with it. Oh,
yeah.
Maybe he can get this play.
Oh, but he's been adjusted, it doesn't matter. Still gets the jump onto Ramsey, but a quick static storm in response. They turn with the Reaper's Scythe. Kaka's down. Roshan still survives. Who's going to be able to finish it off? Mugi trying to get the Wukong's command out, but he's dead. Roshan is down to NewBee. SCCC will claim the Aegis. Faith goes for the Fiend's Grip, but overall is VP winning the fight. They bring down SCCC once. They'll bring him down again. NewBee lose 4. Maybe even 5. KP's caught out by the glimpse. Solo has the catch. Lil charges forward. They're going to get the team wipe. VP absolutely destroy NewBee. I think NewBee were able to get the kill on Roshan. Indeed, they picked up the Aegis, but it was not worth it. Huge fight for Virtus.pro. And just instant reactions from Solo. As soon as that blinking was there, they weren't able to cancel the blink, but they were able to get that static storm down immediately, make sure there was no real follow-up. He couldn't get the full combo out. All he had was the Echo.
And Mugi just goes into the fight, jumps into the static storm. They have a lot of ways to scout out Roche. We saw the arrow coming out first from the Mirana. SEC knows what's up. They have Treants, they have Sprouts, they have Tree. They can jump on the trees to scout too. There's a lot of ways for them to actually scout out Roche, but they were just hard pressed to get there before Roshan.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the two lineups, I think, as you say, at this stage of the game, and with the position that NewBee are in, you say they probably have the stronger potential around the pit, but VP just straight up outplayed them there. Blood Right, Static Storm, huge nuisances. And as you say, if NewBee get ahead of themselves and do fully commit as a team at the start, they're just going to get caught in these positions where they can't get out of the Blood Right. They just get bursted down.
Do you want to guess Mugi's damage this game?
Oh, it's not going to be pretty, I don't think.
It is not pretty.
No, it's not. That's not where you want to see a Monkey King.
Yeah, he needs to step up his damage. He's just not. I mean, I get it. He had a rough lane, right? But he wasn't even first brood. But his damage is 2.2k. That's the lowest in the game, and far lower than anyone else on Virtus.pro side. That's a big problem for NewBee. They need him. Like
Yeah.
Last game was a great Timbersaw game.
Okay.
And he doesn't have to play that well in order to own.
SCCC.
Oh, no, he's going to get destroyed.
He certainly is. He's out on his own. And that's going to be another freebie for VP. They are just losing kills left, right, and center. NewBee 14-4, 18 minutes in. VP stepping it up. And you've got to remember, this is a brood game where Ramses is very far ahead. You do not want to get behind this team.
Right now, it just feels like two cores for NewBee. It's just Kaka and SCCC.
They're just losing kills everywhere now. Face out alone, face gone. Virtus.pro showing no mercy. And I mean, NewBee, they've got to do something big. They really have to group up and get some sort of big playoff with this Echo Slammers. At this stage of the game, as of his Shaker core is pretty, but it's going to fall off so heavily against these cores of VP's lineup. They're just going to be able to play around with Kaka. And as we saw, once Sunsea gets caught out with his game over, Solo as well down bottom gives up his life, and Mugi is going to get out of this one.
Nice.
So at least they'll be able to get a kill back in favor of themselves. It is just a support. Doesn't cost them any of their lives. They do back out, but they need to do something big as a team. They need to tackle VP's cause because no one on Ramses, they're getting out of hand.
They're not giving them the opportunity. Like, when have they actually been in like a position to really get destroyed too? Like, Lil's gonna die here, or actually, is he gonna die?
He should.
Yeah, he
Look
should.
at the Maelstrom procs and the burst damage. He'll go down. The question is if VP can find something in return. Oh, the Reaper Siphon to Faith. Not enough damage for that. Oh! Kaka comes in with the Echo. Big amount of damage onto Ramsey, but it's not enough. He Shadow Amulets, but the damage, the Vision's there with the Sentry. The Blood Right immediately out for no one. And this is the problem with the core Shaker, Ben. That's all it can do at this stage of the game.
Well, they just need more backup. Like, you almost had enough damage to kill him, but there were no Broodlings. Ramses has been really good about splitting up himself and his Broodlings. And right now, he's not pushing with his Broodlings. Before, when they went on the Bane mid, it was just his Broodlings. So if he gets echoed, Ramses is not going to die. So he's, it's a lot of damage control coming out from him. He's just preparing for the worst case scenario. Just make sure he doesn't feed away his life, and his net worth is going to continue to skyrocket.
Oh, we talked about this, Ben. Mugi changed his build. The items.
Okay, Battle Fury. I definitely think he needs this. Necrophos isn't a problem. Like, it's not like, oh my god, this Necrophos is Heartstopper, his Reaper is destroying us. No, it's everybody else and his, as well as his lack of farm. So I think this farming tool to get him back in the game is much more important than having a defusal to baby.
SCCC. I mean, it's just so hard to play on the map with the catch that VP had. We talked about it from the draft. You know, Solo and Lil, these two are going to catch you every time at this stage of the game where there's no Manta, no BKB, very few defensive items that NewBee can resort to. Faith gets glimpsed back. That's going to be another free pickoff for Virtus Pro. Double kill for Ramses. They're just, Solo and Lil are just manhandling them everywhere.
NewBee need to set up traps. They need to set up traps with Kaka baiting behind, but the thing about it is usually Kaka is the one that's going to be out. Like, they're not used to playing in this manner, perhaps, with Kaka as that mid player.
I mean, as we said, it looked good for the laning stage. The mechanical skill was there in that terms, but as you say, overall, just the fact that you had to play the game so differently when you make this sort of major switch up in terms of who's playing what. It's hard, especially against a lineup like Virtus Pro, who's so comfortable at the moment with their picks, with this lineup. It's a very Virtus Pro draft, and they're playing it to perfection. 22 minutes coming up, 7k gold lead, 18-6. No one, and Ramsey is still in beautiful places on the net worth. They're far ahead, and I mean, NewBee, they need time to catch up.
Yep.
But even at that stage, VP, they're comfortable if this game goes on.
But they are going for a gank down on bottom with the Moonlight Shadow. Kaka is ready. No Shadow Blade yet, so this is going to be really tough, especially with the Moonlight ending pretty soon. But Mugi will perhaps set up this gank.
Can they actually blow up Pasha? I don't know.
Easily with the Echo.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if they're going to have like the right jump. He's not in position.
Yeah, he's keeping himself away from the creeps. Maybe if Faith can get the setup for a good arrow, they should have a chance. Charge will be coming in. He'll go straight with the Fiend's Grip. Solo lets to cancel it. Static Storm down on the two of them. They'll lay down the Wukong's command. Pasha just sitting there with the Ghost Shroud. He's fine. He's going to turn. He's got the Reaper side kill. He's turned up. Echo Slam popped down. They do finish off the kill, but NewBee, they've lost two for it. NewBee need to find more out the back of this. They're looking for Lil. Solo looks towards Mugi. Mugi TP's out. KP's got his eyes on Solo, but Lil charges across, has the stun onto KP. He's caught in the blood right. KP's down. Solo survives. And again, it's another favorable trade for Virtus Pro. Sure, they lost the Necrophos, but NewBee, they lose 3. Meanwhile, Ramses, he's knocking on your tier 3s.
Yeah, that's some gold right there. That's how you catch up. Mugi, he casted his ulti and then he immediately ran out of it. What was that? What was that about? I don't know if he was trying to dodge something, but he got no value out of his ultimate that fight. Still, they did manage to bring down Pasha at least. That's a nice touch for them.
I mean, it's a very little at least, though. It's not good enough, man. They need much more than that.
Still a lot of gold too, but Ramses is slowly but surely getting good tower damage in. So I think if you're NewBee, you have to think about what's going to happen for the next Roche. Do you actually want to fight it, or do you just give Ramses the Roche and wait until this Battle Fury starts kicking in for him and for the Monkey King, and then you can kind of come back later in the game? I'm not actually sure which one's the best option for them. The net worth is not like that out of control that they can't actually contest Roche. They just need better.
It may be about to get out of control unless NewBee can take a miracle of a fight here. They'll get the good Fisher onto 2. Does allow them to eliminate Solo straight away. They need to get more out of this. They need some big kills. Only got the 1. Moonlight Shadow being used, trying to help them close the gap, but they're sort of off the mark here with their movement. They headed towards the left whilst VP went straight back towards the mid lane. And it will just be the 1. They do avoid VP getting a good jump, as Virtus Pro are very active in the sense that they wanted to fight there. So NewBee at least able to push them back, stop them from finding an opportunity to jump them. Shadow Blade's now complete for Kaka, so more potential for the Blink Echo Slams to come from the shadows.
Yep. But look at the kill source. 21-8, and looking at the deaths.
Yeah.
None on the important cores, none on Brood.
That's the problem.
And only one on the Necrophos. So Solo and Lil, again, doing a great job of making sure that they're the ones in the line of fire.
On Faith. Very little ways that he can play his way out of this one. Does have Mugi near him. He'll drop down a sentry. Oh, okay. Gets the Fiend's grip, but the spiders are buying into him. They need to give those spiders off him with the Fissure. They do for a little bit of time, but Lil comes in to finish off the kill. Lil going in with the Nether Strike. Reaper Siphon to Mugi. That's going to be the Monkey King down. They'll try and force Kaka to save him, but he gets glimpsed back by Solo. He's ticking down low. The Shrine will buy him some time. Throws out the Echo. Will manage to kill Solo, but Pasha's there with Lil. They lose the Shaker again. NewBee losing heroes. VP did lose Ramses, and as we said, that is one of the heroes that NewBee need to absolutely throw everything out to kill, but it cost them Bane's life and 2 of their cores.
They're still keeping up, though. They have the farming items that they need. Murana has a Maelstrom, and then they have the Battle Fury and the Monkey King. So, yeah, remember, their goal is to, I think, just take it much, much later. They have the farming items. It's not like they went for BKBs and they're still like trading kind of evenly in fights. They went for farming items. They're trading relatively evenly so that they can aim for a 50, 60-minute win for them. But at the same time, you see no one also getting monstrous. He's been very quiet this game in the Bloodseeker, but he has a Mjolnir and a Midas. So he doubled down on the farming items. And I think at some point he's going to be able to maybe even one-on-one the Monkey King inside his ultimate. That's scary.
Yeah. And that's definitely something as well that I guess is sort of accepted, but that's really nice to think about is that the Blood Right is a huge issue for the Monkey King, isn't it? Because he has to sort of accept it or get out of his own ultimate. It's a good way of forcing him to have to be very careful with his Wukong's command placement.
Usually you're okay with it. You just BKB.
You just tank it? Okay.
Well, you BKB and you tank it. That's going to come later on, but
yeah,
this game, I don't know. The thing is, no one's already kind of preparing for it too with Scotty. That's a great way to deal with the Monkey King during this BKB. Scotty, Abyssal, Evasion, all great. So next row is just no chance. Testing. Bloodseeker is excellent at Roche. Your window is tiny. It's minuscule. So almost all their T1s and T2s are down on the side of NewBee. So that was a trap, though. They baited out Faith, they played around them, they get a Ramses kill, they need to continue to do that, bait out their supports. I think the Nature's Prophet is ideal because you kind of have it ingrained in your mind that he's usually a core, he's usually off laner, he's usually pretty farm, and you want to kill the Nature's Prophet over and over because he's going to be your split pushing problem. But this game, he's a 4, so you're okay with trading his life for kill because he's not integral to your team.
Talking about KP, did get the Courier Snuff. Didn't have anything on it at the time. Still any bit of gold that the side of NewBee can get, they'll be happy with. Shadowblade's finished for Mugi. On top of the Battle Fury, so I feel a little more confident with pushing out these side lanes, getting a bit more out there himself on the map, finding the farm that he desperately needs. And that he wants to get with that Battle Fury itemization. Ramses, Butterfly next on the shopping list. And if this game continues at this pace, he'll have it done in a couple of minutes.
Who is their anti-evasion? That's Monkey King, right? But Monkey King needs like BKB, maybe a Lincoln. Then we're talking about Monkey King bar. A lot of ifs.
KP has managed to finish off the Orchid with the Midas build that he's running.
Oh yeah, I guess
he's creeping up.
Bloodthorn's pretty good too.
Yeah, that would be a good answer. For that evasion. And of course they have got that huge magical burst if they get the Dream Echo Snap. Bottom lane, they're going to need to do something. VP ready to pressure in onto the tier 3 because she comes out. Kaka trying to lock down this Necrophos, but Pasha will juke out the arrow. Connection won't be there. VP still finds stick around, and they're trying to split NewBee up. Consistently having this push in the mid lane. They have to be careful with those spiders, as we're seeing each and every time. A lot of money going to Mugi as he cleans them out with the Boundless Strike. Up top, KP has the Sprout, trying to get himself out of range for the TP out of there, and he's actually going to make it.
Ooh, perfect Force Staff out.
Very, very slick play there from KP.
He heard you praising him.
That was close. Especially with Pasha coming in as well. He wanted to drop down that Reaper's side.
Still a good pace of the game for NewBee. Taking it slow, just farming it up, getting free kills on Spider Ice when you can. And looks like this could be a fight that they're looking for. There is that Obs Ward. They just get it out with arrows, so they know that they have vision, and I don't think they want to take a fight there before they deward that.
A little, of course, won't charge into the base. think if you're a newbie, you do want to at least wait on Mugi's completed BKB before you actively try and fly. That's going to be something else that the newbie, they do have answers and ways to deal with it. They've got a good amount of physical with that Deso Brood Mother and the Bloodseeker. KP has eyes on Lil's movements and immediately goes up to the top lane.
It's a tough game for the Nature's Prophet. There's so many ways that he could die this game.
Oh yeah, we've seen how good VP's catch is.
Scanning.
Maybe one of the reasons why the alteration was made in the position that the Nature's Prophet was played, because of how well VP can catch the core Nature's Prophet. Bring him in the support role, as you mentioned earlier. It's a really nice little touch in terms of just drawing attention away from the other cores. Maybe he has TP'd into a bit of a dodgy position though. Pasha's there as well as Lil, and KP's gone. 80 seconds, no Nature's Prophet. 80 seconds where VP don't have to worry about those side lanes getting heavily pushed if they look to group up and go down mid.
But the question is, can they actually do anything with the Aegis? We're seeing a timer of just 1 minute and 10 seconds left, and I think that window's too small, and I think KP was banking on that. Yeah, if they kill me, whatever, they're not going to be able to push. I think their window might be too slim, but actually Virtus.pro looks like they're trying to group up mid and make use at the last minute of the Aegis. Maybe he thought that the window would be a little bit bigger.
Ramses is in on the base, and he's back up behind Kaka, looking to go on to Lil. I mean, this is two cores playing around with the Spirit Breaker, not even going to get in. The Boundless strikes off the mark, and those cores, they need to be back at base, because VP is pushing in. Nightmare and Arrow combo will catch out the Brood. They look for the Fiend's Grip, but Faith's glimpse back. He can't keep the channeling going. Virtus.pro just look towards the melee racks. NewBee, can they actually keep them off there? Mugi toying with the idea of the Wukong's command. They've got the Echo Slam onto Pasha. Ghost Shroud's out. Pasha's going to survive. Gets forced out of the base. He'll live. Buyback from KP. NewBee need everything with this fight, but they've already lost the melee racks. No one moves in with the Moyona and the BKB. Oh, he's moving fast. They're low on NewBee. They've got to back up. Mugi's trying his best to turn with the Jingu, but it's not enough damage. It's not enough lifesteal. Mugi's down as well as Kaka. Kaka buys back, but Faith's gone. KP's down as well. Two heroes out on NewBee without buyback. VP clean up the mid lane. They tried something different this game, NewBee, but questionable whether maybe this was the best place to do it in the semi-finals of the major, as it's all falling apart. And this is, it's so hard for NewBee to rectify this situation they're in.
And they wasted the buyback on Mugi, unless they get something right now.
It's unlikely. VP are just playing the top of their game in this match, where it matters the most. They want to get to that finals. They are hungry for these qualifying points.
Damn, Pasha's big. I thought he was going to die. They threw everything and the kitchen sink at him, but he just force-stepped downhill and just scooted away.
20k gold lead, 29-11, full Scardy on no one. I mean, 20k net worth Bloodseeker. There's just no one near him on NewBee. Him and Ramses are so far ahead.
Yeah, we've been focusing so much on the Brood this game, and so has NewBee, and they've just left no one in Pasha to farm up whatever they want.
They know they've got to do these risky plays, but there's an Observer Ward in their base. VP know that this is going on. They're not going to be caught out by it. They're already backing away, grouping up, ready for if NewBee try and even think about taking a team fight towards mid. Can NewBee really even get the sort of jump that's required to get a successful team fight win? It's so hard for them.
VP just know that NewBee's options are so limited at this point. They have to smoke gank outside of the base, or split push out. Split push out is just not really happening right now. Lil is excellent at picking out split pushers, and Ramses can, or no one can kill anyone. Well, it looks like he just popped his BKB on accident, but no big deal. Just trying to flutter.
I think, it looks like it was a well played come out from Noah. Not that it matters too much really with the lead that they have. They're fine waiting the 60 seconds before VP look to fight again, and even without the BKB, if they get some good control from solo, Ramses can still quite easily go to work in these fights.
So NewBee have about 4 minutes before this game gets completely unwinnable. If they don't do anything before next Roche, I would say they just flat out lose the game. There's no way they can deal with the item advantage of their second cheese and the third Aegis. So, yep.
DD as well, ready for the taking by Roshan.
Yep. Let's see what masterpiece they can pull out of their sleeve.
It's under 30, 3 minutes and 30 by the looks of it, until Roshan's back up.
Ooh, maybe he could have baited that right there. What if he baited that DD? That would have been sick. Do they have a gem?
Smoke dispels. They'll be aware that KP's on the high ground. KP will just TP straight out. But he'll be fine.
They need a gem on the NewBee side. They're all ending at this point. Like one lost fight is game over.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I'm-
with those
I'm
buybacks
surprised
on
they haven't picked
cooldown,
one up. Maybe no one has the gold for it.
they really need that BKB on Mugi if they want to hold any sort of chance of allowing this Monkey King to do anything in the fights.
Yeah, I think Kaka should, or KP should buy the gem, if anyone.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess he could go for Bloodthorn too, because he does need the item, but I don't think he's going to be able to farm Bloodthorn before this road fight is going to happen. Everything's going to blow up in the next couple of minutes.
It's got some crucial intel here. His team not quite by him, but they're heading over. NewBee really don't want to get caught out here. Mugi's going to TP out Faith, quick with the Nightmare. And will TP himself out to safety as well. No stunning time or anything from NewBee, sorry, from VP. So NewBee do manage to get out of that one.
But Roche is up in 1 minute's time. What can NewBee do here? I just cannot fathom how they can win a fight inside their base, though, with the items that VP are going to get, though. So it has to be somewhere outside the base. But they're kind of in position to pop all the smokes, pop their BKBs in time so that they can win the fight. VP are sealed against Catastrophe. Yeah, they expect the smoke. They're like, the only way they can win this right now is that some terrible, terrible smoking happens against us right now. They have the wards set down and are very comfortable with where they are at.
See as well, BP, they are very happy in terms of looking for a fight. Lil consistently trying to set for the charges. No one as well did TP down into jungle in case he'd be stuck around for the fight. But now they'll see that Roche is there. They'll head into the pit. Is there any way that NewBee can get to this? They're very split up across the map at the moment.
Don't think so.
And yeah, with no shrine there, it's unlikely.
They're going to bank on the Miracle high ground defense. Big echo onto the cheese carrier is your next play here.
Sure. It's all about the echo slams from Kaka. He's got to get it perfect.
At this point, though, they could just tank the echo. They could probably just three of their cores get echoed. One responds with Aegis, one just buy, or another two just buy back, and they can just kind of run it down. But we'll see if they can get anything more glorious than that, because NewBee needs something like that to win this game. He got a Lance third item on Mirana, a little bit unusual.
Yeah, he got it after the Maelstrom. Awesome. Oh, down bottom, KP will get caught out as he's consistently trying to, well, I say that. Oh, is the bash there? Doesn't need it. Too much damage coming through from Lil with the blood rage from no one. KP's gone for 45. VP, they know that there's a player down. At that age, if they have that cheese, they want to push the advantage. Butterfly also complete for no one.
Oh my god, is he big.
There's, as we said, there's no way for NewBee to really deal with that sort of evasion.
Maybe Nature's Puppet was really close to it. That's why he was split pushing out so aggressively. I guess he almost has enough for the Crystallis, but not quite enough for the recipe yet. That could definitely catch him off guard.
There's a full assault cuirass as well on Ramses. These towers are going to fall very, very fast. Base is in such a fragile position now. The NewBee, they've got that BKB on Mugi, but it's the damage that's lacking.
He cannot man fight anyone. BKB is the sad part.
Oh man.
Dealing with all this evasion is a huge problem for him. He might not even be able to build up enough Jingu stacks in the fight.
Kaka goes for the Fisher Blinks out. Doesn't want to blow his combo onto no one alone. He wants to get more out of this. This does separate no one from his team. The Fiends grip him. Looking for the Wukong's command. They get it down. Lil charges across it. Bloodright forces the side of NewBee to back up temporarily. Solo will be fine. Glimmer Capes walks out of the Wukong's. Lil just sort of playing around outside of their base. This is a very scrappy one here for NewBee. Ramses, meanwhile, just solos the top lane of Rax, destroys them with his Deso Butterfly AC build in a matter of seconds. And NewBee, they don't get any kills. I'm sure they hold VP off in that bottom lane, but this is just going to happen again and again with Ramses just moving in and just destroying the base of NewBee.
He might be able to get some sick charge from the north side. Nah, he just teamed it up. But that was free Rax. You're okay with that.
Ramses back in. Have they got the damage to even bring him down once? It doesn't look like it. It's going to be sprouted underneath the tree line. Will get forced forward. Looks like they'll be able to claim his life once. Can they do it again, though? The rest of VP now moving into position. Ruptures onto Faith. BKB popped by Ramses. Mugi has to back up, even with that BKB. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. Ramses looking for the rags. They've got the control into Kaka. Kaka's not going to be able to get anything out of there. He has to buy back and get involved. He'll buy back into this one. The Reaper side comes down onto KP. He does have buyback available, but the bottom racks are gone. Virtus Pro slowly but surely doing its 40 minutes in, 34k gold lead. They've managed to get NewBee without any sort of racks. Mega creeps are out. NewBee desperately holding on as they should. This is their last line here at ESL Hamburg. Every reason
rapier time to.
they need a rapier on the Monkey King, but Mugi is far away and is queuing up the butterfly. At mid lane, they'll jump in. They'll look for the echo. They have got the stun lock. Ramses will fall. As Ramses gone for 100, but they need more than that. No one's got a DD ring, but you've got to be so careful where this Bloodseeker goes. In fact, Mugi, he TP's straight back out. Maybe they can do something with one man down on VP, but they haven't got that echo for anything else. Kaka with the Invis sentries down. They spot Solo. They know his movements, but Solo comes in, gets the glimpse onto Faith. No one pots the BKB. Takes down one, takes down two. Kaka's down for 128 seconds, and GG indeed is finally called. Virtus Pro, your first grand finalist here at ESL Hamburg. They'll move forward. NewBee, they had some great play, some great displays in the early games, but game 3, it just all fell apart. That 5th pick Brood, the performance from Virtus Pro, perfect play from Ramses, no one's Bloodseeker as well, just the farm that these boys had, it was off the charts. This was an incredible amount of play from these two cores, and the switch up didn't work. NewBee tried something very